Hey guys, Metal Driver back with another WWE Elite review. Today I'll be looking at the Fan Takeover NWO version X-pac. Looking at the sides of the box you see images of X-pac. Then on the back you see an image of X-pac, the fan vote on which this attire is based on, a description of this figure, and the rest of the figures that are in this wave. Alright, now that we have looked at the box, let's go ahead and open this figure up and take a closer look at X-pac. Alright, and here we have X-pac out of the packaging. But before we take a look at the figure, let's go ahead and look at the accessories that he comes with. He comes with a pair of interchangeable gripping hands, open hands so he can do his suck it gesture, and Kane's mask. So taking a look at the Kane mask, this is not brand new. We did see this with the ringside exclusive Undertaker as Kane figure. So this is the same piece, just with the inverted color scheme. So you might be wondering, why would X-pac have this? This is from the storyline back when X-pac returned in 2002 to join the NWO. Kane was feuding with the NWO, so it has been a while since I've watched that storyline. I do believe X-pac got a hold of Kane's mask, and he was wearing it for a brief time just to taunt Kane. So it is nice that we have this. This is a cool accessory. Then he also has some Too Sweet hands, which is perfect for any NWO figure, so it's nice that we are finally getting these with our NWO releases. And then he does come with a Soft Goods NWO t-shirt, which is really nice. I love it when we get soft goods shirts, especially when it comes to the NWO or DX. And there is a Velcro on the back, so you can take this off. And then the final piece of accessory that he comes with is a removable bandana. So this is brand new for X-pac in the sense that it is removable, because the previous X-pac figures all had sculpted bandanas on the head sculpts. So with this one you can remove it. It is nicely detailed. It's got a good standard bandana pattern, so that looks really nice. And then taking a look at the head sculpt, this is brand new. So it's nice that they're not just reusing the same head sculpt and adding the TrueFX printing. We have something that's brand new. It looks really good. I do think this looks like Sean Waltman, has a really good likeness to him. The paint came out really well on this figure. The beard looks good, the eyes, the eyebrows, the lips, the hair sculpted really nicely, so that looks good. Then looking at the body, this is a different body for the X-pac figures. It's not a brand new sculpt, but with the previous X-pac figures, they've had these singlet sculpts here, whereas this one is a bare chest. So it is nice that we have that. The tattoo on his shoulder here looks really good. It actually has more detail than the previous figure. Then looking at the trunks, it is painted decently. You can see a little bit of black right here. You've got the NWO logo right here on the hip. It is cut, so it doesn't look perfect, but the paintwork does look good. And you can try to keep the letters and the design pretty flush with each other. Same thing with the other side. Then he's got standard black knee pads. Then his boots or kick pads have the black and white design with the NWO logo. So that looks really cool. So overall the paint looks pretty good. Nice to have this version of NWO X-pac. Much different from his 6-pac design here. Going over the articulation, the head is on a ball joint, but there isn't a whole lot of movement at all. He can turn side to side, but not look up and down due to the plastic of the hair. Shoulders go that high up. It can rotate all the way around. There is a bicep swivel. Single jointed elbows, but we don't get a full 90 degrees due to the elbow pad. A swivel and hinge at the wrist. Ab crunch allows him to go that far forward, that far back. There is a waist swivel. Ball joints at the hips, which allow the legs to go that far out, that high up. There's a thigh cut. Double jointed knees. A cut at the top of the boot. Ankle has a hinge, which allows it to go that high up, that far down. And he has some pretty good ankle pivot. Alright, here's the new Fan Takeover NWO X-pac next to the DX X-pac. Then here he is next to his original NWO version, back when he was known as 6/6-pac. Alright, so what are my final thoughts on the Fan Takeover X-pac? I think this is a solid figure. I'm happy to have this version of the NWO X-pac, even though the WWE version of the NWO didn't live up to the possible potential that it had. It's still nice to have this figure, especially since we do have a Scott Hall to go along with this. Now all we need is a Kevin Nash figure from this era. So I think the paintwork is pretty good. I like the accessories that he comes with. I like this Kane mask, his Too Sweet hands, and the NWO t-shirt. And we get a brand new head sculpt. So I think if you're a fan of the NWO, this is a good figure to pick up, and an overall solid release. So if you haven't done so already, go ahead, like this video and subscribe. And if you want to get a shout out in my next video, like this individual here, unfortunately I'm not really good with pronouncing names, so I'm not going to try to butcher it, so I do apologize. But this person did leave a review saying I am waiting on your Xpac review, and so here it is. Go ahead and follow me on social medias and keep up to date with all my wrestling figure photography, and I'll see you next time.